The exchange of ideas, thoughts, and information is called communication. The different languages spoken around the world are the result of man's continuous efforts to improve communication with each other since prehistoric times. However, effective communication requires an understanding of a common language. Developments in technology have also played a major role in the development of communication, making the process quicker and more reliable. Some early means of communication included sending smoke signals, relaying messages through drummers, and using signaling flags. However, none of them could be used to communicate across very long distances. The first major breakthrough in communication technology was the invention of the telegraph by F.B. Morse and Sir Charles Wheatstone. The next major breakthrough in communication technology was the invention of the telephone by Alexander Graham Bell and Antonio Meucci. Jagdish Chandra Bose and Guglielmo Marconi demonstrated the use of wireless telegraphy in 1895, freeing us from the use of wires for communication. The year 1936 marked a major milestone in wide-area communication, with the first television broadcast aired by the BBC. The first intercontinental facsimile was transmitted in the year 1955, using an idea patented by Alexander Bain in 1843. Advanced Research Projects Agency Network, referred to as ARPANET, was developed by computer scientist J.C.R. Licklider for the U.S. Defense Department in 1968. This system allowed transfer of data from one computer to another across the east and west coasts of the United States. ARPANET, ARPANET, paved the way for today's Internet that received a major boost by the invention of the World Wide Web by Tim Berners-Lee in 1990. Technological advances are continuing, offering us many different systems of communication for use in our everyday life. Let us now identify the elements of a communication system. As stated earlier, communication is the exchange of information between a sender of information and the user of information. The transfer of information from sender to user takes place through a communication system. Every communication system has three essential elements called the transmitter, channel, and receiver. The locations of the transmitter and receiver depend on the locations of the sender and user of information respectively. The channel is the physical medium that connects the transmitter and the receiver. Now, let us see how a communication system works. The sender of information sends a message signal to the transmitter. This signal can be in the form of voice, a written message, or any other form of data. Non-electrical message signals such as voice and text are converted into a suitable form to be transmitted through the channel and fed into the transmitter. The transmitter sends the signal to the channel. A channel may be a network of cables and wires or wireless information pathways through satellites. The transmitted signal suffers from distortion or noise as it moves through the channel and reaches the receiver as the received signal. The receiver filters out the noise from the received signal and regenerates the original message signal as voice or text before passing it on to the user of information. From receiving a message signal from a sender of information to delivery of the message signal to the user of information, all aspects of communication are taken care of by the communication system. Depending on the number of receivers receiving the signal from a transmitter, there are two modes of communication. They are point-to-point and broadcast. Communication systems, like telephone calls that involve transmitting signals from a transmitter to a single receiver, are called point-to-point communication systems. Communication systems like radio and TV programs that involve transmitting signals from a transmitter to a large number of receivers are called broadcasts.